Pooja, mic please.
To me, it never bothered me whether, I mean, I never took myself seriously on the basis of a film being a hit. So I didn't take myself unseriously when my film was a flop. I mean, how I looked didn't matter. I mean, I discovered through the world that apparently I was an attractive woman. I didn't feel that attractive growing up. But what amazes me is at the age of 45, I sometimes bump into people in an elevator who've seen Dil Hai Ke Manta Nahi when I was 19 and they were 19. And they meet me and obviously seeing me triggers of some kind of adolescent kind of feeling that they've had when they've held their girlfriend or boyfriend's hand in that theater for the first time. And then they look at me and they're like, आप तो बहुत बदल गए. तो मैं बोलती हूँ कि आप भी बदले होंगे अगर आप भी उस उम्र के थे. हाँ, हम तो बदले मगर आप कैसे बदले? So I'm like, that was your fantasy, this is life, deal with it, you know what I mean? So anybody who was probably took themselves very seriously on the basis of how they looked only would have probably been a basket case. But when people ask me, I mean, for example, I celebrate each stretch mark or each line that appears in my face, but that's life imprinting its kind of mark on me. But that's the way I think, and I'm not against anybody who decides to go for surgery. But I'm just saying is that this is what you're dealing with constantly. So you need to know who you are if you want to be. That's why they say showbiz is not for sissies to begin with.
Anureet, and I'm sure our panelists agree and friends in the film media as well agree, we hear a lot of cases of depression nowadays. Was it always existent? Or is it because of social media or so much of hype around that we get to hear about it more? Is there genuinely an onslaught of a lot of depression happening around us?
Yes, that depression is definitely on the rise. There are many factors responsible for it, really. Of course, like my panelists have rightly said, even Pooja did make a mention, we all are becoming more and more lonely as time is going by. We are very sure that we want to be on Facebook, on Instagram, we want to make posts, but we are losing a connect. Our interpersonal connections are becoming poorer. Our support systems are reducing. We lived earlier in joint families. I'm not saying that joint families were very ideal. There were a lot of conflicts even at that time. However, in a larger setup, you could find somebody whom you could connect with, who could sort out certain problems which were daily problems and which now may become bigger ones because you can't share it with anybody. In the nuclear setup, parents are all very busy. They all are working. They are not at home. Children are being taken care of by caretakers. The media world is taking us into a lonely world where we rather be on our screen than be with others. If given a preference, what do you want to do? You're tired after work. If given a chance to go out, you'd say, I'd rather sit back home and watch something on the TV or be on my laptop. So what happens in that? A disconnect is happening. So emotions are something that we all have. Feelings. We're born with feelings, like the girls are saying over here. We start feeling from the day we are born.
जिस तरह से आपने डिप्रेशन के बारे में हमें बताया, दो सवाल है मेरा आपसे. पहला ये कि हम देखते हैं कि हमारी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में इस तरह के टॉपिक पर फिल्में बहुत ही कम बनती हैं. तो हमने देखा कि बहुत ही ध्यान से आप ट्रेलर देख रही थी. पहला ये कि ट्रेलर आपको कैसा लगा, और दूसरा ये कि ये मामी फिल्म फेस्टिवल के जरिए ये फिल्म दिखाई जाने वाली, तो क्या आप देखना चाहेंगे और आप चाहेंगे कि इस तरह की फिल्में हमारे फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में और भी बने, जिससे कि इस तरह से जैसे कि आपने जिया खान का एग्जांपल दिया.
एक तो मैं ये कहूँगी कि आई थिंक कि ये बहुत ही एक ब्रेव शख्स है जो यहाँ पे बैठी है, बिकॉज इट्स नॉट, आज के दौर में फिल्म बनाना ही इतना मुश्किल काम है कि यू हैव टू बी अ मैसोकिस्ट टू वांट टू डू दैट एंड देन टू गो आउट देयर. अभी हम ऐसी बातें कर रहे थे कि एक तो फिल्म बनाते हैं, उसके बाद में जाके आपको इम्प्रेस करना पड़ता है, आप लोगों को बोलना पड़ता है कि हमारी बातें जो है जरा प्लीज ऑडियंस तक पहुंचा दे जरा शिद्दत से, ताकि कोई आके एक टिकट खरीद ले. तो वो जो है ना ज्यादा मुश्किल होता है फिल्म बनाने से. बट दैट्स व्हाई इन दिस डे एंड एज अभी हमारे फोकस कॉमर्स पे इतनी है. टू मेक अ फिल्म लाइक दिस, put your money behind it, to put your money where your mouth is, I must say it's not easy. And I think that कभी-कभी कोई अगर औरतें ऐसी काम करते हैं, that you need to be slightly crazy and a woman to be able to do this. But I think we need more of this. जैसे for example, I mean, मैं एक example दे रही थी अर्थ के बारे में, बोल रही थी एक सीन, जैसे स्मिता पात्र का जो कैरेक्टर था, अभी वो परवीन भाभी के रियल लाइफ एक क्राइसिस पे बेस्ड था. So in fact just today, आज World Mental Health Day पे किसी ने एक छोटा सा एक प्रोमो बनाया था involving भट्ट साहब, and उसमें परवीन बाबी का उन्होंने एग्जाम्पल यूज किया है. तो भट्ट साहब ने मुझे मैसेज किया and said कि can you imagine, we never thought at one time that what is supposedly the tragedy of our life will be used so many years later as an example to get people to understand what the ailment is. तो जैसे रोग मैंने बनाई थी एक फिल्म इरफान खान के साथ में, और that was before Angelina Jolie kind of focused her gaze on him. So India had not woken up to Irfan Khan's sexiness yet. But उसमें वो एक पुलिस ऑफिसर का रोल प्ले कर रहा है, और पहला जो सीन है फिल्म में, it opens with a man who's sitting in front of a psychiatrist, और वो बोल रहा है कि कल तो मैंने सोचा कि मैं अपने आप को मार डालूं, खुदकुशी कर लूं, मगर नहीं की क्योंकि मुझे लगा कि मेरा जो असिस्टेंट है होली था, तो उसका होली जो है बर्बाद हो जाएगा. तो ही इज वेरी मैटर ऑफ फैक्ट अबाउट इट. एंड वो पुलिस ऑफिसर है, हर दिन वो बहुत ही ब्लीक सर्कमस्टांसेस और सिचुएशंस के साथ डील कर रहा है. तो क्यों जिए भाई, उसका एक ये थॉट है. सो आई थिंक एक तो हमें ये चीज निकालनी चाहिए हमारे दिमाग के जहन से कि ये जो है ना, लोग सोचते हैं हिंदुस्तान में कि डिप्रेशन जो है यार वो एक अमीर, आप अमीर हो तो आपके पास ये मतलब ऐशो आराम है कि आप डिप्रेस्ड हो सकते हैं, हमें तो जाके काम करना पड़ता है. इट्स नॉट समथिंग दैट इज ओनली restricted to the elite or the rich or famous. सबको होता है यार, सबको हो सकता है, सबको है. You know, I mean, who is तन्हाई जो है, अगर आपने महसूस नहीं किए तो आप जिंदा ही नहीं हो मेरे दोस्त. I don't think that is possible for you not to feel lonely at some point of your life. So I think that हाँ, मैं most certainly सड़क 2 हम बना रहे हैं. सड़क 2 जो हम बना रहे हैं, संजय दत्त को ऐसे एक दौर में पकड़ रहे हैं जैसे वो आज के दौर में है. तो वी आर डीलिंग विद द इशू ऑफ डिप्रेशन, मगर कमर्शियल फिल्म बना रहे हैं एक्चुअली हम.
सैला जी, आप लोगों से एक आखिरी सवाल जानना चाहेंगे कि स्क्रीन पे हमने देखा कि इंटरनेशनल लेवल पर फिल्म को बहुत ही सराहा गया, ढेरों सारे अवार्ड भी मिले हैं इस फिल्म को लेकर. तो इंडियन ऑडियंस को लेकर कुछ प्रेशर फील करती है कि इंडिया में ये फिल्म
नहीं, जरूर चलेगी, जहाँ पे भी आप रिलीज करो जरूर चलेगी, क्योंकि सबको उठ के देखना ही पड़ेगा कि ये आपकी फैमिली में भी हो सकती है. ऐसा नहीं है कि ये फैमिली यूएसए में है, सैन फ्रांसिस्को में है, सिलिकॉन वैली में है तो वहीं पर होता है. नहीं, स्टैटिस्टिकली आप बोल सकते हैं कि हाँ, 1 out of 9 Americans over the age of 12 are on antidepressants, which is a staggering, but that हम लोग बोलते हैं अमेरिका में. नहीं, यहाँ पे भी होता है, यहाँ पे भी होता है. तो स्टोरी चाहे वहाँ पे सेट किया गया हो, लेकिन 120% लोग रिलेट कर सकेंगे, क्योंकि हमारे बहुत सारे हम सब अभी मॉडर्न फैमिलीज में हैं. आई नो दैट माई पीयर ग्रुप, मेरे जनरेशन के जो लोग हैं, अगर ये देखेंगे तो आई नो कि लोगों को थोड़ा झटका मिलने ही वाला है.
ऑल्सो अवेयरनेस की बात है, हमारे हिंदुस्तान में अवेयरनेस नहीं है कि जैसे अब्रॉड में ये बोल रहे हैं कि एंटी डिप्रेसेंट्स लोग खाते हैं, उनको पता है कि इफ देयर इज डिप्रेशन वो चले जाते हैं साइकाइट्रिस्ट या साइकोलॉजिस्ट को मिलने. यहाँ आने के लिए इतना मुश्किल है लोगों को. दैट इज व्हाई अवेयरनेस ये मूवीज के थ्रू ही हो रही है. एक फिल्म आती है ऐसी जो साइकोलॉजिकल बेस्ड होती है, इतनी अवेयरनेस हो जाती है कि बहुत सारे पेरेंट्स एंड यंगस्टर्स एंड adults start coming for help.
And sorry, what's nice is the way that Sela has made the film. It's not, she's not trying to push the topic down people's throats. It is real. It is real. It's that's very realistic. I mean, the festivals that I've been to, and people who have seen it have come up to me saying this really could be happening in our family. It is not, making the world look at it through rose-tinted glasses. It's real, and that's what people need to see.
Actually, I had a screening where there were a lot of counselors, educators, teachers, and many of them came after and said this is so realistic. And actually, I was a little nervous because you want, that's your goal, but you don't know if you've reached that goal, right? So when I saw the audience, I was really worried. But many of them said, "Oh no, this is so realistic. This is exactly how I've seen so many families like this." So.
Last question.
Sala, how did you come up for the cast? How you selected the cast?
The cast, I have to say, she's brilliant in the movie.
That is why we are asking.
That was very, very hard, actually, because I was looking in the U.S. I started in the U.S. I had a casting agent, and many of the male, especially the first person I cast was the lead actor, the male, and many of the males are typecast into these comedic kind of roles up there. You know, the American males of that age group. So I didn't want a comedian, you know, because you can't take him seriously. It's a very, very heavy role. And I wanted somebody who could play that whole range. Like, he has to be this really, you know, confident, competent CEO type, and then he has to be very vulnerable at the other end of the spectrum. So he has to play that whole range, you know. So I looked there, and I didn't like anybody. And then I found Ali actually through IMDb, believe it or not. But I did a search, and I saw him, and then, you know, he sent me a tape, and he just blew it away, you know. And then I started looking for the lead actress, and I used Nandini Shrikant, who's a local casting agent here in Mumbai. And
with time, do you think like people from the film industry are coming up with their problems? Like even Miss Deepika Padukone also came up with this her problem. Do you think there has been a change with time?
Yes and no. I mean, I come from lineage where we never waited for time to speak our minds. It was when you're born to Mahesh Bhatt, you speak your mind. It's a genetic flaw. तो हमें तो कभी ये problem हुआ नहीं, opposite problem था. But I think it's wonderful to have women like Deepika. It's wonderful when my sister Shaheen, who is a sibling of today Alia and daughter of Mahesh Bhatt, sister Pooja Bhatt, to kind of come out and speak about this. But I do feel that we need to hear people in the public eye who are in mainstream Bollywood speak more about concerns that really, really affect us. I think that we're living in a time where young people especially are so manicured and they're so correct politically. There's never a hair out of place, there's never a quote out of place. And I think that somewhere along the line, when I today at 45, when I go to places and people ask me, why aren't you acting again? I say, why do you want me to act, yeah? You can look at 25 other women who are much younger than me. They're like, no, we related to you. So, like my father said to us, he said, बेटा जब 26 साल के बाद अब आपके गाने बजेंगे ना, तब वो मेलोडी ने कहीं ना कहीं हार्टलैंड में कहीं जाके एक जगह बनाई है. So I think that, are we bleeding with our stars enough? Because they're not bleeding with their audiences enough. You're only presenting your best face to your audiences, to your fans. And your audiences love you more, your fans love you more when you show your human side to them. When Imran spoke about his son's cancer, he kind of somewhere really, really made a place further in his fans' hearts than he had before by just merely entertaining them. Deepika seems more human, more identifiable because she talks about something that a lot of young women out there probably deal with. So I would think that I would like to hear people today who are ruling the roost be a little bit more open about their frailties, because eventually our frailties are our strengths.
सुचित्रा, पर ऐसा नहीं लगता आपको कि जब लोग सामने आते हैं फिर वो आजकल सोशल नेटवर्किंग ट्रोल्स शुरू हो जाते हैं, ये सब चीजें, तो लोग सहम जाते हैं बाहर आने में?
Well, that's just it. I mean, you can't live your life thinking about the trolls on social media. That's why I am active, but not totally active. And you really can't live your life dependent on them. Otherwise, you're not living. You're not. It is up to you to live your life the way you want to. Be true to yourself. If you want to talk about it, great, just talk about it. Don't be scared about anyone or anything, because who died and made them the judge? You know, who died and made them God to give opinion that you shouldn't say this or we can...
Exactly, और besides ये अगर एक शख्स वहाँ पे बैठ के anonymously सिर्फ मतलब गंदगी और मतलब ये फैला रहा है, तो कितना दुखी इंसान होगा यार वो. तो अगर हम सामने वाले को मतलब ह्यूमनाइज कर लेना, जैसे लोग बोलते हैं कि सेंसर बोर्ड है, सेंसर बोर्ड तो इंसान से ही बना हुआ है ना. कोई मतलब बाहर मतलब आसमान से तो आदमी नहीं आया है ना, वो भी डरा हुआ है कि मेरी नौकरी चली जाएगी अगर मैं साइन कर लूंगा. तो सब लोग 3 साल आगे सबको खुद के प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं. ह्यूमनाइज ईच अदर, अंडरस्टैंड कि वो ट्रोल बेचारा इधर किसी के पेरोल पे होगा या बहुत ही तकलीफ में होगा या उसका ग्रामर बहुत बुरा होता है मोस्ट केसेस. तो तब मैं तो आई डोंट इवन रिस्पॉन्ड कि अगर मैं एम अ ग्रामर नार्सी, आई एम सॉरी टू से दिस, अगर आपका ग्रामर सही नहीं होगा मैं आपके साथ आर्ग्यू नहीं कर सकती हूँ. So I mean that was meant to be a joke, young man, don't look so serious. So I'm just saying is that troll की जगह जरा आप अगर जाके बैठे और सोचेंगे कि troll जो है बेचारा कितनी तकलीफ में होगा एक्चुअली, अपनी जिंदगी को कितना मतलब छोटा समझ रहा होगा कि सिर्फ वो आपकी जिंदगी को फॉलो कर रहा है और सिर्फ नेगेटिविटी फैला रहा है. बड़प्पन चाहिए ना तारीफ करने के लिए, किसी की बुराई करने के लिए, मतलब वो तो कोई भी कर सकता है. You know, so you need this is, I mean, love is an attribute for the courageous, not for the weak. So being able to stand by, step back, praise the other, you need to be a large human being for that. सबके मुंह से तारीफ नहीं निकलती है, दिल से तो बिल्कुल नहीं निकलती है.
Okay, last question, Chaitanya, please.
Director Shaila. Valley represents a geographical depression between mountains. Did you have that symbolic concept in mind when you titled this?
Exactly. You're the only one who picked up on it, though.
Oh, give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen.
This is why I say we need to rewind and go back to the days when people read more into things that they should have.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Before we sign off, a few of our friends came in a little late, so I'd love to show them the trailer once again, please.